Good afternoon. I really hate YouTubers who say I was asked to do a video because no, you weren't most of the time. You just wanted to do a video, but I was literally asked to do this one, so fair enough. Games Workshop have done a they've done a Games Workshop is what they've done. So there have been price increases this past week, and yes, I'm late jumping on the bandwagon. That's fair enough. I'm lazy, and this is what I do. Hello. So my main issue with this, and it's been reported out there time and time again by other people. I have no real issue with price increases if they're justified. Taxes may have gone up, costs of manufacturing may have gone up, rifling for all of the machines may have gone up, wages may have gone up. Anything, any one of a million things could have happened to drive prices up. Okay. What I have a problem with is the optics and the timing. The timing of this could not be worse. And I am on the side of managers because I was one, and I have a serious problem with a company who raises their prices and prices out their own staff. And what I mean by that is, some of these prices, let's run through some of these prices. And by the way, I'm seeing a lot of reports here as well. Let's be fair to GW. I'm hearing a lot of reports here that all GW prices have gone up. That is categorically not true. There are a lot of prices that have gone up, but also if you like your Primaris Marines, you're pretty set. They haven't gone up at all, as far as I can see from the list. The Primaris Marine Captain in Phobos armor has gone up by about £2.50. But everything else that I'm looking at is pretty much stuff that they weren't selling that much of. It has gone up in price. I pity you a lot if you're a Space Marine player who likes playing with old Marines and you want Land Raiders, which have gone up by £10, and things like that, because things are going to get even worse. I've just bought Neve Black Talon, so she's gone up £2.50, so that's good that I didn't have to pay that extra £2.50. But most of the price increases that I'm seeing are generally not the newest of the new stuff. Unfortunately, if you're an Age of Sigmar player, I think you've been hit some of the hardest here with some of your price increases. Especially if you wanted a Star Drake. Oof, that's gotten a lot more expensive. But I will link down in the description below the link to the actual list that I'm using here. So for me, I can understand why they're bringing out these price increases if taxes have gone up, if it's beyond their control. If this is what I suspect it might be, and that is Games Workshop deciding, hey, everybody's at home now, hey, everyone wants to buy our stuff, supply and demand, bitch, we're going to raise our prices, that's deplorable. Okay? And I'm telling you now, there are people, they may not be there anymore, for all I know, everyone's been fired since I was there, but when I was there, like in 2018, right, there were definitely people in the company just like this. Definitely, okay? They had a ill-conceived, ill-veiled contempt for their audience, definitely. And unfortunately, I look at price gouging like this, and sometimes I think, hey, price gouging, this isn't price gouging. I look at things like this and I think, yeah, that seems very shitty, and that seems very much like something that a whole load of people at Games Workshop that I have spoken to would do. So, there are certain Primaris upgrades have gone up, but the one thing that's really annoying me about it is this is kicking the people who want to stick with the old stuff. Okay? If you want to stick with Grey Knights and have a Grey Knight Paladin squad, if you want to stick with Astra Militarum and have your Valkyries and your Chimeras and your command squads and your Lemon Russes and your infantry squads, and you want to have Tyrannage, Gene Stealers, Gargoyle Broods, all that stuff, that's gone up. Okay? Primaris stuff has stayed the same. Now, I'm not going for a fallacy here, okay? Because this is what feminism does quite a lot. When they say, we want equal pay, things like that. Well, it's like, well, they're not going to give you equal pay. What they're going to do is lower the wages of men. That's what they're going to do. And this is exactly the same thing here. So it's alright me sitting here and saying, oh, well, how come, Primaris haven't gone up when everything else has gone up? Well, instead of letting all the other prices come down, they'll just make Primaris more expensive. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I probably shouldn't be saying this on the internet. But on the other side of that, I have a real problem with the optics here. A real problem. There's two main problems with this. One, we're in the midst of a pandemic when everyone wants to do the hobby. This was a time for Games Workshop to sit back and say, hey, do you know what? We're going to lower some prices. We're gonna temporarily lower prices for the next 3 months. These same prices that you see on here, reversed, lowered, right? Things would be flying off the shelf of the online store. Absolutely flying, if it's even open. It should be open, let's be honest. Amazon's open and things like that. So, you know, this was the time to get some real goodwill. All of that goodwill that they've built up, this is the time to really go home on it. And to really hit that home run and say, hey, we're going to give a little bit back here. Maybe even not even much, maybe even like a £1 decrease or something like that. Or free shipping on certain things. Something should have been done. That every other company that does a hobby has done. It's alright, people defend Games Workshop, and this makes my fucking teeth itch. When people defend Games Workshop by saying, hey, it's a hobby, it's your prerogative to go and spend money on it, it's not essential, you don't need to live. I'm sorry. Game developers across the world, Steam included, bloody Epic of all people, are giving away free games. Epic. Everyone knows how bad they are. You know what I mean? Like Epic are giving away free video games. They gave away GTA 5, sorry. It'll be something if they gave away GTA 6. They gave away GTA 5 last week, and they're giving away Civilization 6 this week. It's awesome. Because people are at home, they're bored, and hey, let's give you something back. What did Games Workshop do? They've raised the prices, bitch. Because you are now a captive audience. You can't go anywhere. You need your models. Well, fuck you. We're going to raise the prices. That's how it looks. Even if that's not what it is, that's how it looks. And that's disgusting. Alright? That's all I'm saying on the price increases. I have a serious problem with them. Not from a standpoint of taxes have gone up. Give us a reason, any reason for the price increases. And if it's legit, I'll support it and say, hey guys, okay, fair enough. There was no reason. This is just... It smells. It smells, and I don't like it. It smells. So... Stepping away from the bog standard price increases for a little moment here, I want to talk about Games Workshop managers. So managers at Games Workshop, most of them incredibly hardworking, incredibly diligent, incredibly good people who are overworked and underpaid, like severely overworked and severely underpaid. I say most of them because there are some tools out there. There are some real pieces of work. I've worked for a few, but like. Most of them, top men and women, actually. There's some really, really good female ones as well. So, I just... this is going to kick them right in the balls. Because if they are in a store anything like mine, and they've got trade accounts nearby, do you think trade accounts will stick to this? Do you think trade accounts will raise their prices? I don't. Do you think trade accounts are going to be quoted the same prices that somebody on the street walking into a shop is? Nope. No, they get full-on discounts for all of their stuff. If trade accounts do raise their prices, it'll be by a minuscule amount compared to what Games Workshop have released them. Let's have a look at the Land Raider, okay? Let's have a look at the Land Raider. The Land Raider has gone up £10. So let me just have a look for it on the list here. Bear with me, my eyes are not picking it up right now. Land Raider. Stormraven Gunship. Okay, let's go for Stormraven Gunship. So, Stormraven Gunship at the moment is £55. I mean, that's a lot of money for a big block of plastic, alright? It's a hell of a lot of money, especially when you consider what I've told you about what Games Workshop actually think about their models and what they're actually worth. I was told point blank, if someone steals something out of your shop, just let them go. Because the actual box that the models come in is worth more than the models, okay? They're making money hand over bloody fist with these things, okay? So, the Stormraven Gunship has gone up from £55 to £65, £10 increase. Alright, so, I'm sorry, I'm still talking down to you there, that sounds horrible, but, you know, I'm spelling it out. £10 increase, okay? So, do you think that a stock account, a trade account, a friendly local wargaming store that can already sell their stuff for a discount is going to do that £10 increase? to their stock. I'm telling you now, they won't. I'm telling you now, they will not. If you go onto an online store like Wayland Games, something like that, which is a terrific website, there's no way it'll go up by £10. Maybe 5. At a push. At a push, it'll go up 5. If Games Workshop raise their prices, because the price they quote stock accounts, as in stores that aren't Games Workshop stores, and the price they quote you walking in off the street are two completely different things. Stock accounts pay a lot less in bulk for their models than you do off the shelf in a Games Workshop store. So, I would say, and a conservative estimate to me would be that the Games Workshop have raised their prices a little bit. So, the actual store itself, the trade account, will raise their prices by £5 because they need to pay £2.50 more for the Stormraven gunship per item. They'll charge you £5 more. They'll double it basically. They'll put the cost on you, which is fair enough. But it's still going to be as much as 10 to 20% cheaper in these stock accounts. And I swear, some of these stock accounts, the price will be even lower than that. If you want to get into the hobby, now's the time. Because, and ironically, because let's be quite honest here, the actual Games Workshop themselves, they're still getting the money. They're still getting the money, even if you go to a stock account, they're still going to get your money. This is an amazing time to get into the hobby because stock accounts will have the lowest prices. I'm telling you now. You will be able to go in there, and a Stormraven gunship that is £65 in Games Workshop will still be £55 in the hobby store. It may even be £50 in the hobby store. At the moment, you'd get it for about £45. Okay, so it'll go up about £5, £6. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because Games Workshop managers are already up against the wall when they have trade accounts nearby. This is going to pummel them. This is going to pummel Games Workshop stores who have trade accounts nearby. Absolutely. Absolutely. Unless there's been very, very, very strict guidelines on what people can and can't charge. That wasn't a thing when I was working there. But unless that's been introduced with this, I don't know. But yeah, that's the other thing that I wanted to say. So if you do have a Games Workshop store nearby and you like the guy there or girl, please go in and buy something from them. Even if I'm not saying go in and buy your Stormraven gunship. I'm not saying go in and buy your £95 Stardrake. What I'm saying is if you need a White Dwarf, if you need a pot of paint, if you need something, go in and give these guys a bit of a G up. Go in and give these guys some business if they're nice guys. Because I cannot tell you how demoralising it is to work your ass off for a store and have a stock account open up over the road and have parents literally tell their kids, you're not going to that Games Workshop store anymore because it costs far too much money. You're going to go to this other store and play your games there because it costs far less money for me to come in and get you stuff. I had that so often and it was so demoralising because I threw myself into that store. Absolutely through myself, and I cannot tell you how frustrating and demoralising it is to walk back to that train to go home overnight after making £20 in the store that day. You know? All of the marketing you do, and all of the events that you do, and all the effort you put into, all the sleepless nights that you have, only to have the rug pulled out from under you by the fucking company you work for. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm really fucking annoyed. So, let's move on from that. Let's talk about the new announcement, shall we? So this was Games Workshop's. They've had two opportunities this week. One was to have really goodwill with the pandemic, and the other was to say, hey, all right, we're raising our prices, but let's give the fans something to sink their teeth into because we're raising the prices. Yeah. What do? They announced more Primaris Marines. And vaguely announced some Necron stuff. And that's pretty much it. Everyone's saying it's 9th edition, it's 9th edition. It may well be 9th edition, but it doesn't say 9th edition. It's just a new logo. And it probably is 9th edition. But this isn't the way to do it. This is not the way to announce it. It's not. Like you've just raising your prices when there's a pandemic going on. You're having these people to ransom saying, yo, you enjoy your hobby, do you? Finally, do you have time to indulge in your hobby? Well, fuck you, we're raising our prices. But hey, shall we give them something to look forward to at least? Nah, let's just put out the CGI trailer, which I swear to God is marketed for 5-year-olds. The CGI trailer is it's cringy. It's cringy. Like it's just there's no blood, there's no guts, there's no grim darkness. It's a cartoon. It's a cartoon aimed at 5-year-olds with, of course, Ultramarines on there, because no one's sick of Ultramarines. No one in the right mind is sick of Ultramarines. Look, I was sick of Ultramarines when I was working there, and now I'm just spitting feathers with these people. You know, even if they put some other chapter on there, I would have had a little bit less apathy towards this. But this was just the same shit that's in the start of every Dawn of War game. Why should I get excited for that? What? That's not new. This is just some Space Marines fighting some Necrons with a new Necron model at the end of it. Great. Well, I'm sorry, but like you've just risen your prices at the worst time possible. You needed to release something big. I'm talking Primarchs. I'm talking Emperor information. I'm talking a brand new edition, not hinted at, not a logo shown, but the full edition shown with a release date and what's going on and what the plan is going forward. You know, when we did the Gathering Storm, I say we because this when I was working with the company. When we were doing Gathering Storm, that was the ideal way to do it, because people were like, "Oh my god, things are coming back! Oh my god, things are really cool! Things are happening!" And then we got 8th edition. This was the moment to start your build up to 9th. Was to say, hey, we're going to do a Gathering Storm kind of a thing. There's going to be a huge campaign going on. This is going to be awesome. Here you go. You know, here's the new models we're bringing out. Here's what we're doing. You know, there should have been a Primarch. You know, if it was me, I know they're working on. I know they have them waiting in the wings. I would have done Fulgrim and Dawn straight away. Bang, this Saturday. The models are there. They're photographed. They're ready to go. It would have been bang done on there this Saturday. And by the way, 9th edition, yeah. The big return for 9th edition, because last time it was Guilliman, this one will be Rogel Dawn. Now we have Rogel Dawn coming back, and the first Primarch who comes back before him is Fulgrim. And do you know what? Actually, renege on that. I'm going to throw something out of left field here. I'm going to say, and they would never do this, and this is why I'm saying with the proviso. I would have Perturabo come back today. It would have been an announcement of Perturabo. And a whole rework of the Chaos Space Marines. A whole rework in their size, a whole rework in their models, everything. Everything coming out. Along with the 9th edition. Hint of a 9th edition coming out. That would have been something. That would have been really cool. And you throw in the extra, you know, Assault Marine for the Primaris in there. You throw in the Necrons as, like, more stuff. It's the Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was the perfect game announcement. Because you gave the big announcement, but then you gave away Fallout Shelter for free. Amazing, cool game, right? And it's free. And he said you can download it right now. Download it on your phones. It's there. It's ready now. It was perfect, and that's what Games Workshop should have done. They should have released Perturabo. They should have given you huge information on 9th edition and when it's coming out and what's going to be going on with it. Hints of rule changes, things like that. And then giving you as an afterthought the Assault Marine, Primaris Marine. As an afterthought, the new Necron stuff. As an afterthought, as more stuff, more goodies, yeah? And then when 9th comes out, the Primarch to come back is Rogel Dawn. Because him and Perturabo are now going to have their big fight. And that's what I would do. And that's what I was hoping the Games Workshop would do something similar. I knew Perturabo wouldn't be coming back. I was hoping it would be Fulgrim today. I know he's done. I know he's there. Like, so there's no reason. And this is why I get so annoyed with them. Because I've seen how it works. I know what they've got up their sleeve. You know, I have people there who talk to me. Like, there's no reason whatsoever for them to build up something for weeks and then shit the bed like this and just say, oh, there's an Assault Marine. There's a Necron thing, I guess. And there's a crappy CGI trailer ripped from what looks like a bad version of Dawn of War. Thanks. Enjoy the price increases. See ya. Bye. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. So, that's all I've got to say about that. That's all I've got to say. I'm pretty frustrated at the moment. I honestly, I need to get laid. My missus is in America, and I'm taking it out in Games Workshop. But I still feel that this is valid, you know? You deserve more. You really do. And I'm pissed off that you're not getting it. So, Cheers for that, guys. I'll see you later.